That story about David and Jonathan. I mean, when you think about it, Jonathan was between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. He had his friend David, whom, God had knitted his heart from the beginning. And then he had his father who birthed him and who God wanted him to honor. And so that was a rock and a hard place. And kind of like Laurie's story, I mean, she loves this couple. But it's just a matter of loving them at a distance at this point, because she's at a rock and a hard place, And so sometimes life throws us those type of things. And I think, like you were saying, CeCe, you've got to check your own heart at that point. And you've got to pour your heart out to God, and you've got to let go of the offense. You've got to choose to love them from a distance.
Yeah.
And if you do see them, like Laurie was saying, I'll love them with all my heart. That just won't be our topic of conversation,
Yeah.
But I really think in situations like that, you got to just get alone with God, and you got to find that place of peace.
Yeah.
And, the Bible says that when you make pleasing God your highest priorities, even your enemies will be at peace with you.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a place that everybody needs to be at peace. There may not be an answer. There may not be a solution. But you know what? We have to seek God and seek that peace, and then let Him handle the rest.
When you love people, you love them, and everything you do unto God, right?
Right.
But I guess the part I need for y'all to lay hands, throw oil at me, lay hands, do something. And that is, I guess I don't know how to love and not be attached. Especially when you're going to have people, acquaintances, but then you're going to have friends, close friends that come and go. And that just hurts. But every time it hurts, I take it to the Lord. And like you said, I continue to love them, and I pray for God's blessing. But I think Laurie really hit on something that's really hard for pastors.
Well, pastors is one thing, but I think most people, because they're just lay people, and they're kind of like what you're talking about, CeCe, they want to know what happens when I'm hurt. I recently was in a relationship where I thought it was one thing and it was another. I thought this person was one thing and they were another. Now, and you feel like, well, wait a minute, if I'm nice to this person as I continue to see them and just act like nothing's wrong and they don't tell me what was really said behind closed doors, I mean, I'm thinking, am I two-faced? But then I got to thinking, no, you know what? I'd rather be the person that's giving. I'd rather be the bigger person. I mean, you have to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But if this person's going to be around and this person's going to be, in close proximity, just because of the very nature of what's happening, I've got to be at peace with that. And I've got to say, I'm taking the high road.
Right.
And I've got enough trust in God and enough confidence in who He made me to be that I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to straighten them out. I just have to keep myself in a place of integrity and a place that, is walking humbly before God and not doing what they're doing to me behind closed doors, right?
Right.
But I think the Bible says that when you walk with integrity, that God will lead you and guide you in that integrity. And so I think with friendships like that, or even people that, you're going to be in close proximity with, and they think and are saying one thing, but you don't know how to handle it. My advice is, and to myself is, you know what? I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to love you regardless of if you love me or not. You're just going to, I'm going to kill you with kindness, if nothing else, and really just let God keep my heart pure, because really it's about the purity of heart, because it's going to affect you if your heart's not pure. If you don't check it in with God every single day. So relationships are complicated sometimes, and they're more than we can even express. And everybody has different personalities, and we have to deal with them according to our personalities. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to live my life. I'm not going to let anybody, held me captive by my own offense. I'm not going to let them hold me captive because I won't forgive, because I changed my personality, because I quit giving. That's not the way I'm going to live. So I'm just going to keep on living and keep on going and let God handle the rest.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload.
And don't forget to check out our Better Together shop. Thanks for being a part of our community.